Okay, so my workaround, and I'm kind of excited to deploy this idea. I got one of them on the camper already. Is I looked at the price for the electric jacks for the. This is for a trailer, so you can see where it would attach to the tongue of the trailer there, and it's got about a 10.5-inch extension, which obviously that's not enough for a camper. However, this particular model comes with the foot, and it comes with a bag to cover the motor, which I thought was kind of nice. Usually that's like another $10. It's got lights, 2 landing lights on either side. And it's supposed to have waterproof switches. I'm not totally convinced about that, but it says it is in the paperwork. And then of course it's got a manual jack location, so you can do it manually if your power goes out. So what I did was I decided, well, I don't take the camper on and off the truck that often. So there was only one concession with this workaround, and that is, well, let me start with how I did this. So I bought the jack. I bought one as a test and it worked, and I bought the other 3. So here's number 2 in front of us. So I took the diameter of that leg, and that's exactly 2 inches. And so what I did was I went down to the metal distributor downtown and bought, well, I need 60 inches altogether. Or no, it wasn't 60 inches. I wanted to extend this another 4 feet beyond the current length and sleeve it. So what I did was I went and bought a length of pipe, 2-inch stainless steel pipe, and then they cut it to length. So they cut it into 4-foot sections. And so what I did was, and I'll show you the actual working model on the camper, that existing shiny part that slides into the 2-inch pipe here will slide into the 4-foot extension. And then I use a pin. I use actually a thicker pin than that, so that there's very little play. And then I put the foot on the end, and we've got camper jacks. And when it's not in use and the camper's on the truck, I simply pull that pin, pull my 4-foot extension off after I put the camper on the truck, and I put the 4-foot extension, well, you can store it wherever you want, for each one of the legs. And then you'll see this funny little short camper leg sitting there on the camper. So I'm sure people, if they're paying attention, will be like, well, how does that reach the ground? But here's the workaround, and that is, because I only need to take the camper off the truck occasionally or put it on occasionally, and I have it sitting on pallets, as you saw in the previous clip, the camper is stable. So the fact that it's a little higher in the air, I don't care. And I'm not going to go to a campground and take the camper off the truck. I don't like doing that. So that's probably not a game changer. So the fact that it's going to stay in the air, because I only have 10 inches of play here. So I measured it so that when they're installed and collapsed, that 4 feet is just about where the camper sits level in the truck. So then obviously 10 inches is more than enough to lift off the bed of the truck and remove the camper. So let me show you what this looks like installed.